Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? I'm on my way to work, right? And, you know, it's going to be a scorcher out here today, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, my fourth addition to the family should be here. The little heathen should, you know, my wife gets induced pretty much later on tonight. And hopefully she dilates over the night. And by tomorrow, homie should be making his grand appeal into this realm of existence we call Earth, man. So hopefully that goes according to plan. And yeah, we start over. But peep game, man, I want to talk about something, man. And that's I'm seeing too, you know, we gotta talk about Bud and Canelo once again, man, because not only is that a hot topic, it just so happens to be one of the bigger fights in the sport. Nah, it's possibly gonna be the biggest fight in, you know, the sport, you know what I'm saying, this year. It's a colossal size fight. But I want to address something, man, because I'm just seeing a lot of people say this shit, and it's really pissing me off because it's speaking to a certain level of delusion. And that we shouldn't, you know, that you should know better as a boxing fan or as a boxing purist or a practitioner or whatever. Y'all should know better than to say the shit like this. And it's this size doesn't matter shit. That is really irking my nerves because it's setting the precedence. I don't think it's setting the precedence for Bud. I honestly don't. But it's kind of it's setting a precedence to where y'all gonna pigeonhole him into fight in this particular type of way, and if he doesn't fight in that way and he just so happens to win, then he'll get discredited for the win. Bud doesn't need, this ain't Earl Spence. Bud has not been in front of an opponent like Canelo Alvarez, and we all are gonna see that on fight night because he's gonna take certain precautions in that fight to win it. You can't say size doesn't matter. He's not going to sit in the pocket with no fucking Canelo because he didn't sit in the pocket with fucking Madrimov. And he shouldn't have to. Use your attributes. But the thing is, you know, Bud being the dog that he is, he's going to know when and when not to mix it up. But I don't like this notion that I'm seeing from a lot of, you know, boxers and trainers that the size doesn't matter thing. If this was Tank moving up to 147 pounds to holler at Bud, would y'all be saying the same shit? Y'all would be saying, nah, he's too small. Y'all would be saying that. If Bud pulled up another fighter from 30, 35, 40 to fight him at 147 pounds, y'all wouldn't be talking that size ain't gonna matter shit. Y'all would know better than to say some dumb shit like that because size plays a significant role in the sport of boxing. It's not height classes. Everybody's talking about the height. I've seen people, you know, when Canelo wore the, you know, the shoes with the, you know, the bigger soles at the bottom, at the platforms at the bottom or whatever, man. Oh man, he insecure. Look at what, you know, he do. Just, you know, whatever with that. You know, whatever with that. That's just a part of fashion in the now, bro. You know, motherfuckers wear shoes with fucking 2 and 3 inch soles. That's just what people do. That's just what people do, and it's just this whole energy. It's like whatever way y'all can get a mental event, and you know that's boxing or whatever. But it ain't even just Bud's camp, because Bud doesn't do this game goofy bullshit. I see a lot of fans doing it. Whatever way y'all can go about belittling dude to show Crawford in a certain light, y'all gonna take that shit and run with it. It's just like it's unnecessary because Bud don't even play them games. It's just corny to me, man. All right, yeah, Canelo walking around with the, you know, the 2 or 3 inch soles at the bottom of his shoes. Hey, that's fashion. A lot of niggas is doing that nowadays, man. But my thing is this. Don't sit here and say some shit like size doesn't matter, because it does. It does. If size didn't matter, we wouldn't have complained when Canelo fought Charlo. We wouldn't have complained when he fought Amir Khan. Why? Because size fucking matters. Since when doesn't size and build matter? Like, since when does that shit not matter? Since when does that shit all of a sudden stop mattering? But y'all are also setting yourselves up for failure because y'all keep reverting back to the Spence fight. Y'all were saying the same thing about Spence. Y'all were saying the same thing about Spence. Spence is not Canelo. I don't. Spence is not Canelo. It's not that. Those are two completely different fighters, bro. Spence is not the multifaceted fighter that Canelo is. Canelo has been at the top of the game for years with multiple losses. Spence had one loss and completely unraveled after that. He's built different, mentally tougher, physically tougher, physically more gifted. He's better. He's leagues better than Spence. Him and Spence don't even belong in the same conversation. Y'all keep running with this notion that because he did what he did to Spence, that he's gonna do that to Canelo, even though he didn't do what he did to Madrimov. He didn't do what he did to Spence to Madrimov. Like, it just don't make no sense, man. Like, it's just too issue. And y'all are just completely disregarding what the fuck we saw last August. That wasn't a bad performance from Bud. That was a terrible performance we saw from Canelo a couple of months back. Hell yeah. But that wasn't a bad performance that we saw from Bud. The difference was it wasn't as dominant. There's no argument that Canelo won that fight against Skull. There's no argument. He outlanded the dude and threw way, significantly less and had to go on the hunt. Nonetheless, it was a terrible performance. Bud didn't put up a bad performance against Madrimov. I thought that was a dope performance. But we just saw, this might be his ceiling right here. And y'all are trying to act as if that shit didn't exist and come with these narratives. I was on YSM. I wasn't on it, but I was listening to it live. I was on YSM's channel listening to his live. With, Rachel Donaire got on there and everything. And there was a dude saying that Canelo is Madrimov is a worse matchup for Bud than Canelo is. And I'm like, well, what? Like, now we're getting to the. This is this is a telling comment right here, because there's no way in hell you would say that Canelo is a worse like Madrimov is a worse matchup for Bud than Canelo is, like stylistically. That just doesn't make sense. Yeah, Madrimov has the feet. He has the feet, but he didn't fight Bud the way that he fought Virgil. Virgil had to go on the hunt to find Madrimov. Madrimov had to go on the hunt to fight Bud. It's not the same, bro. Like, y'all just these, it's real convoluted arguments, and it speaks to a bigger issue of y'all have a wild disposition about Canelo. That's your prerogative. Well, I get it, man. I just like shit to be, kept in its proper context and logical. Like, y'all niggas is burnt the fuck out, man. What are you talking about? Madrimov is is a harder matchup than Canelo is. This shit is stupid. And then they'll act as if the Virgil Ortiz fight didn't happen immediately after that and we didn't see what we saw. And then when that happens, now, Madrimov says that, Bud is a harder puncher than Virgil Ortiz. That's not the point. That's not the point, my nigga. Bud didn't look the best against Madrimov, but he damn sure didn't look bad. When we bring up Madrimov, we're saying he's shown that, this might be his ceiling right here. So if he's showing that type of vulnerability, and I don't want to say vulnerable, if he's showing that he's not as dominant at 154 pounds as he was at 147, then there's no way you can sit here and say with a straight face that the fight with Canelo doesn't matter as far as size is concerned. It's stupid. It's childish. It's petty. It's brazy. It's all that shit. Stop acting dumb, dog. Bud is in the fight for his fucking life. Nobody thought that nobody even entertained this fight. Nobody entertained this fight because we all thought it was just this dude is, why are you going to jump up another 2 divisions when you look the way that you looked at 154 pounds? Now you about to jump up another 2 divisions and fight, in my personal opinion, the greatest Mexican of all time who's still operating at the highest level in the game. Like, it sounded like a suicide mission, but he's doing it. And I bet that I'm fucking with the champ, and we rooting for him up here. We rooting for him, but it's a reason why we didn't pay that fight no mind. That's a reason why we like, people are still mad about it right now, because it's like, bro, with everybody else in the division, you gonna go and fight Bud? It's a reason for that, and that reason is weight classes exist for a reason. There's an avenue for Bud to win the fight. But let's be crystal clear about something. Size is going to play a significant role in this fight. Size is the reason why Bud said, I don't have to knock him out. It's the reason why he said that, because size matters in the sport of boxing. And I don't think Bud is going in there with the intention to knock him out. Nor should he. He needs to go in there and be sharp. He needs to go in there and be astute with his counter punching. He needs to lead with the jab, baiting, feign him out of position. He needs to do all of that. Use all of his assets that he has in his repertoire to his advantage. Fight out of that southpaw stance. Don't fight him in the orthodox stance. Switch it up if need be. If you can't get through with if you can't get through with the right hand, all right, cool. Okay. Or you can't get through with the left hook, all right, or the left hand. All right, cool. I'll switch it up. Let me put this left. Let me make the left. Let me make my lead hand a little bit closer to your chin strap so I can hit you a lot more consistently. He needs to do all of that shit. He needs to stay mobile. It's a reason that he's fighting the way that he's fighting. It's a reason he's saying the shit that he's saying. Only people that saying he's gonna knock Bud out is his fans, and I'm a fan of his. I'm a Nebraska native. But he's not knocking out no fucking Canelo Alvarez. That ain't happening. That is not happening. This dude ain't even been down before. He's not knocking out Canelo. And he knows that. But his sycophants are going to tell you that he's going to knock out Canelo. He's not knocking out no fucking Canelo Alvarez. It's not happening. It will not happen. It will not happen. I'm just saying, man, like, just stop, y'all playing yourselves, man. And just, it's this detachment of reality that be blowing me with y'all niggas, man. Size is going to play a significant role in this fight, and it's going to be the reason why Bud doesn't stay there and trade with Canelo, because he shouldn't, because he's not nearly as big of a puncher as Canelo. You dudes is childish, man. I'm really disappointed to hear this from a lot of fighters saying this shit, man. There's no logic behind it. Just a lot. Just think about Amir Khan a couple of years ago said Canelo probably took 5 years off of my life, and I wouldn't advise Bud going up there and fighting him. Just for him to turn around a month or so ago and say Bud is going to win the fight because size doesn't. What are we doing, man? It's just no consistency. It's topsy turvy with y'all, man. Size is going to play a significant role in this fight, bro. It just is. It just is. He said the same thing with Spence. He said the same thing. And no matter how, my biggest thing is when you bring logic to an argument, if you start, you get accused of fanboying. You get accused of fanboy. I got some fuckface right now in my comments. Is he in my comments? Yeah, he's been in my comment. There's two of them. They've been in my comment section before. I'm a Canelo hater and a Crawford lover. All type of wild shit like that. Never mind, I made a multitude of pro Canelo videos. Whatever panel I'm on, I'm bigging up Canelo. So I'm gonna big up my champion up here. But it's no middle ground with y'all, man. It's either all the way one way or all the way the other. It's no middle ground. There's no ambiguity in their mindset. If I say something that favors Bud and may slightly slight Canelo, I'm a Bud. I'm a what they call that a Bud buddy. If I say something that slightly slights Bud, but I'm bigging up Canelo, I'm a Canelo fanboy, and I want to be Mexican. And now my lineage is getting called into question. I'll never forget arguing with with some nigga telling me this dude is banging hard for David Benavidez, and when the minute I give him resistance and easily debunk his talking points, now my Mexican and Guatemalan wife is the reason why I'm thinking the way that I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm like, y'all dudes is ridiculous. It's just stupid. A lot of y'all are just not in a position to argue with me or even have a conversation with me or even look in my direction, bro. Because I'm bow down to a nigga that's greater than you. That's just a fact. Y'all have an inability to have a dialogue intellectually because you niggas don't know enough. It's just as simple as that. Y'all don't know enough. And if you are sitting here telling me that size doesn't make a factor in this point, then you are a nigga that I'm talking about who doesn't know enough. Even if you're a practitioner at a professional level, a world level, contender level, championship level, you don't know enough. You don't know enough. Stop playing yourselves, man. Bud has told you himself that size, without saying size matters in this fight. I don't have to knock him out. Because he doesn't. Because honestly, he can't. This is a dude who he has went 36 rounds with Golovkin, 12 rounds with Bivol, 11 rounds with Kovalev. Look at what Callum Smith is doing to fighters up there at 175 pounds, bro. And you telling me Bud is going to knock him out? No, it's not going to happen. And it doesn't have to happen. Stop being stupid, man. Just, use your brain, use your logic, use whatever sense of discernment you have so y'all can make rational and logical conclusions. Don't talk to me about that he doesn't he doesn't need to knock, he's going to knock a Canelo out and size doesn't matter. You're fucking lying. You're fucking lying. And you know how I know size doesn't matter? Because y'all, if size didn't matter, he'd be fighting everybody else in the division and not Canelo. He sees something in Canelo. They're about, they're about eye level. He's not eye level with nobody else in the division. That right there is a size factor, which means size matters. If it wasn't about the size, if size didn't matter, he'd be just jumping. He'd be campaigning as a super middleweight. Size matters. And even with him picking out Canelo and calling out Canelo, he's still telling you, I don't need to knock him out to win the fight. Stop being childish, man. Stop being childish. This shit is, this is ridiculous. And I'm hearing this boxing fans saying this. Boxers, professional fighters, coaches, you niggas are saying this shit. Size doesn't matter. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. Could Monster Inoue jump up and fight and pretend and have the level of success that he's having in there with Rafael? No. Why? Because we're seeing him get hit, and not just hit, dropped at 122 pounds. So he's just going to jump up there and knock Rafa the fuck out. No, it's not going to happen like that. No. Size matters. He could lose to MJ Akhmadali. Why? Because size matters. And you're getting hit. You're showing vulnerabilities in the now that you wasn't showing at 118 pounds. Size matters. Y'all think them little, oh, it's only 14 pounds. Bitch ass nigga, go throw 10 pounds on the bench and holla at me. You put your max on there. Oh, no, we gotta go this way. You put your max on the bench and add 10 pounds to that shit and tell me that doesn't make a difference. Weight fucking matters. You niggas is half dead, man. Like, goddamn, we niggas is supposed to be boxing fans and can't understand that weight matters. You go up in divisions, your punching power may not translate, but their punching power is going to be the same because weight matters, man. Fucking pause, man. Goofy asses. Yeah, man. My fault. I had to go in here and clock in, but yeah, man. Just stop. I really urge people to just think about what they say before they say it. Think about what they say before they say it. You know why Tank was why he was such a heavy favorite going into that fight with Lamont Roach? Because Lamont Roach is a champion at featherweight, super featherweight. And you're a lightweight champion. Why are you pulling him up? Why are you pulling Hector Luis Garcia up? It's a reason for that. It's a reason why he's getting slighted for that. It's a reason why people his head say, you ain't go out here and do this shit to Lamont Roach. It's a reason for that. Because size matters. Size all of a sudden just doesn't become obsolete because you have an affinity for Bud and a disdainment for Canelo. Size matters. It's going to play a significant role in this fight. And may the best man win. But stop playing yourselves, man. Stop with the silly narratives, bro. The dude is going to be in a fight for his life. This ain't Spence. Spence is not the fighter that Canelo is. It's not even close. It's real immature and childish for some dumb nigga to say that. Yo, man, they were saying the same thing about Spence. I've been arguing with people up here in Omaha about that shit. It's like, that's a false sense of security right there. That is a fault. You are setting yourself up for failure because you think this dude is somehow equivalent to Spence from a skill set standpoint, and he's not. He's not. He can't fight Canelo the same way that he fought Spence because that puts his ass in the fucking danger zone. You pundits, boxers, you coaches, analysts, whoever, put your hate to the side for the dude and just think logically. Paulie Malignaggi said, yo, he's going to lose this fight after I don't know how long of saying it's just too big of a size disparity. Mind you, Paulie Malignaggi is the same dude who was bigging up David Morrell. And then we've been seeing how David Morrell looks. Get out of your own way, put your own personal bias and disdainment to the side, and look at this fight from an objective standpoint, you're going to see size is going to play a significant role in this fight, man. That's all I got to say about it. Doses.